Hey everybody, just want to come to you and make a quick video. Everybody is talking about the Houston, Texas taco shop shooting. Was it self-defense or was it homicide? Uh, in my opinion, yes and no. It was self-defense, and it was also don't want to say homicide really, but might as well just say yeah, it was homicide. Uh, for one, I've actually seen the video, the whole video, without it being blurred or anything like that. And the problems that I have with this shooting is the other 4 or 5 shots that were fired, and that was after he collapsed, uh, almost at the door. He was right at the door when he collapsed, and then the last shot to what appears to be the either the side of the head or definitely in the head area. So, with that being said, every state has different laws. Florida and Georgia, and I want to say Texas, don't quote me, has stand your ground. This would be a classic stand your ground law. It was self-defense. A dude come in waving his gun around, demanding wallets, and he had a mask, gloves, a gun that looked real. So, with that being said, you definitely knew it wasn't a prank somebody was pulling. You know, hey, this dude is actually, robbing the patrons of this taco shop. The first 4 shots are absolutely legal. They are legal. In the video, when he notices, hey, you know what? Somebody's shooting at me and I'm getting shot. Let me get the hell out of here. He sprints. Okay, he falls face down. You can see in the video he's down, but he's bringing his head up. That leads me to believe that he was lung shot. A lot of people that are lung shot, though, they will either take their hands while they're face down on the ground and push themselves up, and if they can't push themselves up, you will see that head come up, and it will go way back because they are trying to get a good breath. In your mind, you're sitting there thinking, get my neck straight where my esophagus is not obstructed, because when you're like this, you may not tell it, but your esophagus is kind of compressed. But when you are like this, look, that esophagus is it is straight, and you're able to get a better breath. And not just saying that he may have been doing that. I'm pretty sure that's what he was doing. I've been, as y'all know, I've been in the Marine Corps. I've been in law enforcement, and I've seen people shot almost identical like him. And I've been involved in shootings myself. So seeing it firsthand and then seeing this video, I'm 110% positive that's what he was doing. He was lung shot. And when you're lung shot, your mind is not thinking, hey, let me get my gun, mow people down. No. Your mind is sitting here thinking, oh my God, I cannot get a deep breath. Something is majorly wrong. I can't breathe. Not only that, your adrenaline is pumping. Your heart is beating at least 3 to maybe 4 times faster than it normally would because you're losing so much blood. And on top of that, you're panicking because you can't get a good breath. You know something's wrong, and there's nothing in your power to fix it. So, was he a threat to the man that put him down? In my opinion, no. For those reasons. Did this man know that? Probably not. Another thing, when he put shots on target, and when I say shots on target, when he shot this dude, if you're able to see the full video, you can see he was shot about right here, kind of in the back. He was kind of turning, so shots right along here and maybe in the back. So that was a good shot for a lung and heart shot, even though it's kind of to the side, but the back. This dude was fading fast. And when I say fading fast, if you're able to see the video, his head was barely up. He could barely hold his head up. And I know that this dude saw it. His adrenaline's up. His heartbeat is probably 3 times faster because of his adrenaline being up, and he's breathing rapidly because something major has just happened. We all do it. I don't care how many times you've been involved in shootings or anything like that, being in the Marine Corps or in law enforcement. You're going to get a adrenaline rush. Your breathing is going to go up. Your heart rate's going to go up. You may get tunnel vision to where everything else is blocked out. But this guy did not have tunnel vision, and I will tell you why. When this young man fell face first, the first thing you see going out of his hand is his weapon. Now we have changed basically from justified to not justified so much. Could he have another weapon on him? Yes. Did it warrant those extra 4 or 5 shots? No. For one, you can't see his other arm. I'll give him that. He probably can't see his other arm. But the arm that is closest to the weapon, even if it's like that, straight back by your side, or like this or like that, whichever side the weapon is on, it could be on your right, it could be on your left. Naturally, this hand is going to be closer, or this hand's going to be closer to that weapon. But not with this guy. This guy comes up walking and putting 4 more shots in the back and probably to the side. Once you see those 4 shots, what happens? His head lays down. What does that tell me? That tells me that he's gone. That was it. Either his heart stopped and he quit breathing, or he was that close to it. So, the last shot, and we'll call this the coup de grace, because that's basically what it was. This dude has the presence of mind, the shooter, to bend down and pick up this young man's fake pistol. And either when he's about to stand back up, or either when he gets completely almost back up, he fires that last shot in the head, which is a coup de grace. Was that legal? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was unnecessary. I don't see where... And Texas has really good self-defense laws. I don't see him getting out of that. I don't see him getting out of those 4 shots when he was on the ground, neither. If he does, he needs to go buy a lottery ticket and play it. I don't see it necessary for those 4 or 5 shots, especially the one to the head. Now, the ones on the ground, he could easily, his attorneys could easily argue, hey, he flinched, he done something, he thought he was going for the gun again, and he shot 4 more times. Okay, that's reasonable to believe. But once he picked the gun up and you could see it clearly in his hand, what was that last shot for? This young man was not moving. He, in my opinion, he was already expired, or he was expiring at that moment. And what a lot of people don't know is you don't die automatically. And I'll explain this. Even though your heart, your lungs, everything is shut down from here down. Everything. Especially the 2 things that count. Heart and lungs. The brain is still functioning. The brain is still sending waves down to say, hey, heart, something's wrong here. Pump. Lungs, you're not doing your job. Come on now, let's go. Come on. Once the brain is basically starved of blood and oxygen, it dies. The brain can take up to 10 to 15 minutes to actually die. It's what I've been told. And how I've been told that is my sister, my middle sister, back when she was 6 years old, she passed away, and they declared her brain dead. But the brain doctor that was seeing over her actually sat there and said to my mom and dad was, talk positive to her. Even though her heart and her lungs have stopped, clinically she's dead, she can still hear you. The brain is still got some function in it. So the last thing to go is your hearing, is what the doctors explained to them. So this dude, until he got shot in the head, probably, he knew, he could hear. So, and just think about that, how horrifying that would be. Now, I'm not saying what he done was wrong. Yeah. Did he deserve to get shot those first 4 times? Absolutely. Hands down, will not deny that. He deserved what he got. 4 shots. My opinion. Do I think he's going to go to prison? Yay and nay. For one, if you think you're legal and justified in what you've done, you're not going to have, you're not going to want to, leave. Well, this dude jumped into his truck, and from what I'm getting, they still haven't found him. So, this dude probably got other issues that we don't know about. He could be a felon that's prohibited of having a firearm. There could be several things that made him to leave. Was he scared? Absolutely. I don't care. You could be 10 foot tall and bulletproof and sit there and say, I'm not scared of nothing. You just took somebody's life. Yeah, you're scared. What's popping in your mind at that time, especially a civilian, is, oh my God, what have I just done? Am I going to go to jail? I know I'm going to probably have to get a lawyer. Do I have the money to bail out if I could get out? How long is this going to take? Your mind is racing. Usually, a guilty person will leave. A non-guilty person, somebody that knows they've done nothing wrong, is going to want to stay and defend herself. That's another thing. Will Texas probably overlook him leaving? Absolutely not. they're going to want to know, hey, why did you leave? You know, you're the hero. You stopped the bad guy. Why didn't you stay? Why did you leave? You know, I don't know if Texas is an open carry state yet. I think they are, ain't they? I was asking my wife. She was born and partly raised in Texas. I don't know. I'm not Kurt. I don't know if Texas has open carry. I think they may. I'm not for sure. But if you'll look at this dude, the way he's sitting to his back towards the camera. He was a lefty. The way he brung his pistol up like that, he was a lefty. And it looked like he had his shirt over it. Because he was piddling. Either that or he had it stuck in his pocket. He had it concealed. He may not have a CCW. That could have freaked him out too. You know, well, they're going to look at the video and know that I had it hid. And I don't have a CCW. Which I think even the prosecutor would have probably looked over that. But what they're not going to look over is three things. And those three things is what I'm saying it needs to go in front of a jury, is what I'm going to say. And those three things are the second volley of gunfire and four things. The second volley of gunfire, the coup de grace, bullet to the head, and three things, and him leaving. Those three things, I think, needs to be explained, and they need to be explained to a jury. Let a jury make up their mind. Now, a jury can swing either way on this. A jury can sit there and be sympathetic to him and sit there and go, you know what, we're fed up with people robbing us. We're fed up people taking advantage of us. We're going to, overlook, basically, to the video, you would have to see it yourself. It kind of looks like point blank to me. If not, it was at least a foot or two away. It was close to the head. Either they're going to look away from that and sit there and go, you know what, we're not even worried about that. He got what he deserved. He was in there making people think he had a real gun and taking people's money that they worked hard for. Okay, that's one side. They can also sit there and go, I can see him shooting him 4 times. But after those 4 times, was the other 4 or 5 times necessary? For one, he was retreating. For 2, he dropped his gun. He was, at that point, disarmed. And 3, he was on the ground. Why was it necessary to shoot him 4 or 5 more times? And then 1 to the head. Was that necessary? And my God, people, let me tell you, my heart aches for his mom. Oh my God. I seen this guy's mother sit there and say, and you have to think, how hard was it for her to sit there and say, my son did wrong? She was not trying to cover up the fact that, hey, he was an angel. He was just playing a big joke. Or it wasn't him. She faced up to it. She sat there and said, my son did wrong. He had no right to rob innocent people. I don't blame this man for shooting him 4 times. But why was it necessary, while he was on the ground, to shoot him more? And that's what I think a lot of us want to know. Why was it necessary for him to shoot this young man? Yes, he did wrong. Did he deserve to get shot? Yes, he did. And before we go any further, I want everybody to know I am for self-defense. I am for our Second Amendments. I own ARs. I have pistols. My wife has pistols. Everybody in my family has some type of firearm that goes bang. I am pro Second Amendment. I believe in the right to bear arms and protect what is mine. Not saying I'm not pro Second Amendment, because that's just stupid. I am for our Second Amendment Constitution. But when I see something like this, I sit there and go, why? Why was it necessary to shoot somebody while they're down and the gun is not even in his hands? From what I see on the video, the fella wasn't even trying to move. He didn't even flinch until those other 4 shots come up. Bam, 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 bam. Those 4 shots. Then he lays his head down. His head being up was not a threat. That's what I'm getting at. Was the 4 shots or the 5 shots necessary? My opinion, no, there wasn't. But then again, we don't know what bullet actually killed him. The coroner's report has not come out. And they probably got different angles of this video, so we really won't know. And we probably won't know for a little while. They got the law enforcement, Texas Rangers, they got to go through this and look at it. We only got one side of the story. That was the perpetrators. There's also another side to it, the shooter side. So, with that being said, I hope y'all are having a good one. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope you get what I'm trying to say. The first 4 shots I find absolutely justified. The ones when he was down and the one to the head, I don't see where it was necessary to do that. But I wasn't there. I don't know. And I don't think we'll know for a good while. So, with that being said, I hope everybody's having a good Monday morning or Monday evening, and we'll catch you on the next one.